Good morning. My name is Ken Burns, and I have the extraordinary privilege of being the chairman of the Board of Trustees of this wonderful school. This is a very emotional morning for me, in that this is the first time I have been in this building since last March. And that's after spending many, many days over the previous 8 years in this space. It gives me extraordinary pleasure to be back. I want to congratulate and thank the members of the graduating class. Your last 15 months have been extraordinarily difficult, and although I couldn't have prevented it, I'd like to apologize to you for that and thank you for all your effort to get us to this point. Finally, I would like to thank Andrea and Tom Novak and the faculty and the staff of this school for all their hard work in holding this school together for the past 15 months. It has been an extraordinary effort, and we all owe them an extraordinary debt of gratitude. So thank you all. And with that, I will turn it over to Andrea.
Wow, I haven't had a mask off in this space for a very long time. It is my great honor, privilege, and absolute joy to welcome each of you to Jordan Hall today, whether you're coming in via the live stream or whether you're here in person, to share in the graduation of the classes of 2020 and 2021. Congratulations. While our processional was perhaps a little longer than all of us processing, we wanted to play the whole thing because that recording of Pomp and Circumstance was actually from last year, and it was the gift of the alumni to last year's graduating class. And if you recall the Zoom performance, the layered performance, I'm really glad that we didn't have to do that again this year, but tremendously grateful to them for sending their best wishes, and congratulations to all of you as well. What a year and a half it's been. So first of all, to all of you, bravi, congratulations. Despite all the Zoom classes and lessons, the fast music boxes, the social distancing, the COVID tests, you have made it. Whether you're in Boston or whether you're here working, you've been working from your hometown, you have prevailed as artists and as people. And as Ken said, we know it has not been easy. Certainly, this is not the senior year that I would have wished for you, for either class, 2020 or 2021. But it really has been nothing short of inspiring to see you navigate the challenges, the uncertainty, the truly exhausting amount of change with courage, with focus, persistence, and optimism. And in this, I want to commend particularly the graduates who have been studying remotely across the country and around the globe for your commitment and your endurance. Congratulations to all of you and to each of you on everything that you have achieved over the past 15 months and in fact during your entire time at NEC. And I do hope that you find great inner confidence in the achievements that you've had. Perhaps more than any other class, you know that you can navigate a rapidly changing world. You've done it. You are prepared. And certainly the challenges that have been thrown at you over the past year and a half have proven that. Your passion and vision, your commitment, your hard work, your courage, your creativity, and again, your optimism, a quality that's inherent in the very idea of making music in the first place, especially in a global pandemic. These have been the hallmarks of you as individuals. These are the hallmarks of your work and your person. We know that these are the qualities that the world needs now more than ever, and we know that these are the qualities that are going to empower you to create the future of our musical profession and to heal and advance humanity through your artistry. The relationship among students and faculty is at the very core of an NEC education, and certainly this pandemic has made it clear that these are the relationships that make NEC home. So students, and it's the last time I get to call you that, Please join me in thanking all of your faculty for everything that they have done to shepherd you to this point. And even more, classes of 2020 and 2021, wherever you are, please stand to thank your families, for they have not only made your work possible, but they give it meaning. And finally, as you go out into the world beyond your homes and beyond NEC, please hold on to the joy in what you do, in all that you've practiced during your time here, and carry it forward to the work that you will do next. We are all so very proud of you. I hope that you revel today in all that you've achieved as we are reveling in your successes also. And know that NEC will always be your home. You're forever part of the history of this school. We are so proud of you, and we are so excited to celebrate your accomplishments and your purpose in the years to come. Congratulations to you all. And I'm delighted now to introduce our alumni speaker, Diana Ortega, who graduated from NEC in 2010 with a Bachelor of Music degree in bassoon performance with a focus in music education. Diana's extensive experience as a music educator and a non-traditional arts intervention counselor steered her towards work around social justice, community development, and arts and community health. She's worked with hospitals and government agencies around policy. She launched Indianapolis's first full-time public music therapy program, and she co-founded Rock E-Bassoon, an all-electric bassoon rock band to raise funds for civic engagement projects. In response to COVID-19, Diana developed a virtual concert series for hospitalized patients and developed partnerships that include the UN, Concert Artists Guild, Honeywell Foundation, Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra, and NPR. Her music therapy program was categorized as an essential program during COVID-19 and was one of the few music therapy programs in the nation to have continuously seen patients in person since the beginning of lockdown. Diana recently moved to Seattle, and she continues her work using music and culture to build and empower marginalized communities. And we're delighted that she's able to share a recorded message from Seattle this morning.
Class of 2021, welcome to the alumni family. You are about to embark upon a new journey, and while the future may be uncertain, trust your emotions, trust your training, education, and instincts. Use these as forces to drive you. You are special, and the world needs your creative minds. Carve your own path and be change makers. Our communities need you. They need your passion, your energy, your vision, and your go-getter attitudes. My NEC family, demand your seat at the decision-making tables. Own your uniqueness and expertise and promote yourselves as the innovators and advocates that are the solutions to any organization's problems. My NEC family, all of these feelings, these hurdles, the people you've met, the music you've played, your life experiences, whether they are good or they are bad, are tools. As Neil deGrasse Tyson once said, they are tools you are collecting and hanging on to in your maker's belt. Don't forget to use them. Use them when difficult situations arise. My NEC family, you are extraordinary musicians. You are special and you are different. This is what makes you stand out from the crowd, makes you interesting, makes you lucrative, and this is why you will excel at all you do. My NEC family, the best advice I can give you is to stay in touch with your NEC friends. This is your network. We are your family, and we are here for you for life. Before you leave, create multiple WhatsApp groups with your classmates. Use NEC Connect, join the NEC Facebook, and join the NEC LinkedIn groups to stay in touch. Make sure you schedule a time to check in with your classmates, and most important, amplify and elevate each other, because together you can unite to succeed. My NEC family, remember to lead by example and be the change agents that provide a platform for expression and healing for our communities. We need you, and you can do this by observing, listening, learning from others, and integrating. This is how you will change the world through the power of music. There is a space for music everywhere, and there is a space for artists like you wherever you decide to go. Class of 2021, your community needs you, the city needs you, and the world needs you now more than ever. Class of 2021, I'm so proud of you, and I welcome you to the alumni family. We are all here for you, and we are excited to hear of all of your triumphs.
Good morning. The Troget Alumni Scholarship Award was established in 1985 by NEC's Alumni Council and is given to a graduating student or NEC alumna or alumnus who plans to pursue further graduate work at NEC. The award is based on outstanding musicianship, scholarship, and enterprise. And for the true recipients who I will announce, please stand when your name is called so you can be recognized. I am very pleased to announce that the 2020 recipient of the Troget Alumni Scholarship Award was singer Juliet Kaoji. I'm also very pleased to announce that the 2021 recipient of the Troget Alumni Scholarship Award is flutist Zoe Kagan. Each year, students from the graduating class are invited to submit proposals to be the student speaker for commencement. These proposals are then reviewed by committee in order to make the final selection. It is my pleasure to invite the class of 2020's speaker, soprano Esther Tien, followed by the class of 2021 speaker, composer Robert Bowie, to deliver their addresses to the graduates. Welcome.
Shaking. Okay. Thank you, President Kaylin, faculty, staff, and fellow classmates for giving me the opportunity to share my brief remarks on this joyous day. Wow, I can't believe we're all in this building, where the majority of the class of 2020 has not set foot in for over a year, and dang, it feels good. Class of 2020 and 2021, we made it! Woo! This is a phrase I once thought was so cliche, but has now become comforting to hear after a turbulent year. To be where we are right now already speaks volumes of our steadfastness and strength. So congratulations to you all. On my first day at NEC, I would have never imagined that my last day would look remotely close to this. But through all the change, I can remember why I came to NEC. And that's the reason why I stand here today. We come to NEC because we love music and want to refine our craft. And in a few moments, we will leave NEC with a diploma proudly in hand. Your diploma shows you and the world an accomplishment you have achieved. And while it represents your triumphs as a musician, it does not define who you are. Your passion for music and inspired ideas can never be reduced to a single piece of paper. I'm sure that a lot of us have felt the blows of failures and rejection since March 11th of 2020, when NEC announced a shutdown. I found myself in tears every day, getting rejected by job after job after job, all while watching my bank account dry up. Working 4 part-time jobs and living in fear of racial hate crimes I see daily in the news, knowing it could have been me. I was left in so much fear, knowing that we graduated into a time when performers weren't needed anymore. I started asking myself, why am I still on this path? We learned the glory of applause and are presented with the idea that nothing else is an option. When I felt as though I was in a dark tunnel, lost and trying to find a way out, there were a few nights where my roommates and I would listen to or play music together in the living room. Shout out to Tiffany Chang, Mari Nagahara, Kamada Shuford, and our honorary roommate, Moti Fong Bento, who are all also graduating today as class of 2020 and 2021. I love them so much with all my heart. Yeah. In those moments, I was reminded that my love for music could be so pure, so organic, so simple, and the importance of my failures and successes faded. In those moments, I remembered my passion, my desire to share love through music. While walking in a dark tunnel has not been easy, there is nothing I would change about it. I have not yet met a failure too great to overcome because I remembered my passion and trusted the process. Or more specifically, I trusted the one in control of the process. Not being in control is scary, but fighting for control hinders growth. Letting go allowed failures and hardships to humble me and brought more opportunities than I could have imagined, such as my newfound love for teaching and researching. Who knew? I wasn't really a good student when I was at NEC. Remember your passion, and you'll have a rock to stand on in the wind and waves. Yes, we will fail. But the love and passion which began it all will fuel our journeys and bring us together again further down the road. We made it! Sorry, I'm gonna get the confetti. Congratulations! Class of 2020 and 2021! Woohoo! Stay hopeful, always be kind, and remember the passion that brought you to NEC. You are so much more than the degree you're earning today. Thank you.
For the past 4 years, I've had the pleasure of being in this community, mostly either as a composer of new music or a cellist specializing in new music. It placed me in a position where I love to ask, what really is the future of music when we say it so much? What really defines our generation of musicians embarking in this real world after having experienced this past year. Especially this past year, we strived for a lot. We were bolder, we were madder, fiercer. We demanded and fought for reform regarding democracy, brutality, community health, social testimony. But what did we do behind these conservatory walls as artists? Well, here are some names that I saw in concert programs this year that I've only rarely, if even ever, seen in my previous years. Clara Schumann, Jesse Montgomery, Unsuk Chin, Samuel Coleridge Taylor, Kaya Saryaho, Earl Kim, Fanny Mendelssohn, Anna Thorfaldsdottir, William Grant Still, George Walker, Pamela Z, Florence Price, and countless others. I'm pretty sure that in high school, I played Tchaikovsky's Fourth Symphony more times in my life than a conductor had ever put any non-male, non-white composer's work on my stand. I'm also confident that a bit over a year ago, some live stream audience member out there wouldn't have been able to answer, "Can you name one Black composer?" Now, I'm sure they can name maybe a few. Great. That's a start. Next year, let's aim for name many, and actually know many, knowing their bodies of work, their thinking, their struggles, their origins, the same way we know so well Tchaikovsky and Shostakovich, and Mozart, and Beethoven. It goes beyond the facet of visibility. We've started to have these voices seen, but we can progress to actually having them be heard and listened to. We could achieve a quota of diverse voices in future forward programming, but among those voices, imagine discovering those that offer new insights, different visions, nuanced approaches, those that strike you differently and make you say, "It sounds like the future of music." It's a future of music perfectly aligned for a generation as progressive as we are. The actual scale of how much music there is by people from all kinds of creeds, colors, genders, and upbringings, offering radical reinterpretations on defining music, is so much bigger than what our Eurocentric roots have reserved ourselves to. We don't have to follow the same cookie-cutter model of repetition within this one shape for more centuries to come. We have the power to bend and shape the mold of what defines music in whatever way we wish. As we exit NEC today, I hope that we feel a mutual sense of responsibility for not only ensuring the inclusion of different voices, but augmenting the potential of the art that we already create into something much bigger, much brighter, much more exploratory, and much more advanced. So thanks for everything, NEC, and I'm really excited to see what we come up with.
I must say I love taking this off. So I'm now going to announce several student awards, and both for 2020 and for 2021. And I'd ask for those who are in attendance, if you can please stand when your name is announced. You see how we have these really fancy cameras here. They're going to make sure that you get a moment in the limelight. So the first one, the Donald Martino Award for Excellence in Composition was established by his family, friends, and NEC alumni. This cash award, given to an outstanding composition student, commemorates Donald Martino's important achievements as a composer, as well as his impact on colleagues and students at NEC. I'm pleased to announce that the 2020 Donald Martino Award for Excellence in Composition, this particular student is not here today, unfortunately, is master student Wenbin Liu. Congratulations, Wenbin. The 2021 Donald Martino Award for Excellence in Composition goes to doctoral student Bina Kim. The Peter Lyman Rowe Global Musicianship Award is a cash prize established by the Rowe family in honor of sitarist Peter Lyman Rowe, who served as faculty member, dean, and provost of the conservatory between 1974 and 2018. The award, approved by Faculty Council, is presented to a degree or diploma student, undergraduate or graduate, who demonstrates excellence in his or her primary area of study, performance, composition, or scholarship, as well as a deep commitment to and in-depth study of a world music tradition, embodying Peter Rowe's breadth of interests. It is my honor to announce the 2020 recipient of the Peter Lyman Rowe Global Musicianship Award. Again, unfortunately, this person is not here. The 2020 recipient is Franziska Seehausen. The 2021 Peter Lyman Rowe Global Musicianship Award goes to Afarine Nazariju. Congratulations to you both. The Entrepreneurial Musicianship Spark Award recognizes and supports graduating students who show commitment to a strong entrepreneurial spirit. Winners receive a cash award to advance a project, build an online portfolio, or seek out additional training after graduating from NEC. I'm very pleased to announce that in 2020, there were 3 winners, one of whom is here, Andrew Barnwell, Alexander Fowler, and Lysander Jaffe. Congratulations. It is a great honor to announce that the winners of the 2021 EM Spark Award are Naledi Masilo and Stephanie Borgandi. Congratulations. On the occasion of NEC's 150th commencement, we wish to recognize the following staff and faculty who are celebrating their 25-year anniversaries. Library staff member Mary Alice Perrin-Moore and faculty members Bill Drury, Elliot Fisk, Michael Gandolfi, Katerina Milkovich, and Richard Stoltzman. In 2020, faculty member Jerry Bergonzi celebrated his 25th anniversary. Please join me in congratulating them. New England Conservatory recently established a faculty emeriti program to honor faculty members for their many years of dedicated service and significant contributions to the conservatory. It is my honor to announce and recognize the 2020 and 21 honorees. In 2020, the honorees were Gabriel Chodos, Robert Kogan, and Frank Epstein. In 2021, Lucy Chapman, Ann Hallmark, Malcolm Payton, Larry Scripp, and posthumously, Lyle Davidson. Please join me in recognizing these esteemed honorees of NEC's Faculty Emeriti program. The Louis and Adrian Krasner Teaching Excellence Award is presented to an NEC faculty member in recognition of distinguished teaching, and it is accompanied by a $1,000 prize. This award provides NEC the opportunity to honor an individual faculty member for his or her dedicated work, and it affirms the vital role of faculty in fulfilling our core mission as an educational institution. NEC has recognized many wonderful teachers with this award for more than 20 years. The first Krasner Award was presented in 1997 to Frank Battisti. In subsequent years, the recipients have included John Heiss, Jim Klein, Hankus Netsky, Roger Grable, Katerina Milkovich, Deborah Stein, Lyle Davidson, Charles Peltz, Elliot Fisk, Hugh Wolf, Lucy Chapman, Ken Shaphorst, Stratis Menakakis, Frank Carlberg, Will Hudgens, Dominique Eade, and Ellen Exner. As described by student nominations, the 2020 winner, quote, cares so much not only about music, but about the education and well-being of students. I'm honored to announce that the winner of the 2020 Louis and Adrienne Krasner Teaching Excellence Award was Sean Gallagher. The 2021 recipient was described by students as follows, quote, "He creates a wonderful and supportive learning environment in class. He inspires students to learn and study, and he pushes students to work very, very hard. An extremely hard worker himself who takes his students step by step, every step of the way. I'm very pleased to announce that the winner of the 2021 Louis and Adrienne Krasner Teaching Excellence Award is Brian Levy." Yeah.
Before we turn to honorary degrees, we have one more person to acknowledge. Provost Novak has Provost Novak has been at NEC, served us for 20 years. He's held a range of positions from the admissions office to artistic programming to interim president, everything in between. There's confetti everywhere. So joyful. There is no area of NEC's work in which he has not been a seminal part, and there is no one who more embodies the mission, the qualities, and the character of NEC. We will all miss him tremendously. Although we recognize it, everyone has to graduate eventually. Tom, we don't have a diploma for you, but we do have a book of memories. And we want to thank you for everything you've given to NEC and everything you've given to each of us. We've now come to the part of the ceremony where we will bestow 5 honorary degrees. So, honorees, if you would please stand. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the New England Conservatory of Music, I confer upon you, as you are individually presented, the honorary degree Doctor of Music. The hood with which you will be invested and the diploma which we'll place in your hands are the visible symbols of your membership in the Society of Scholars, the rights, privileges, and responsibilities of which I declare you entitled.
Feels very strange to take off my mask, I have to say. While on tour with Sarah Caldwell's American National Opera Company in the late 1960s, Carl Atkins became friends with an older German violinist named Arthur. After many conversations, Arthur mentioned to Carl that he had a son who was also interested in jazz. His name was Gunther. This chance encounter turned out to be quite fortuitous in the history of the New England Conservatory. After being introduced to each other by Arthur Schuler, Carl and Gunther went on to create NEC's Department of Afro-American Music and Jazz Studies in 1969, the first fully accredited program of its kind in a classical conservatory. The rest, as they say, is history. Well respected in both the jazz and classical music communities, Carl Atkins was uniquely qualified to initiate this bold step. Under Carl's leadership, the department flourished, recently celebrating its 50th anniversary. And as Gunther Schuler put it, Carl's impact on NEC is immeasurable and should never be forgotten. Carl also directed the first iteration of the Thelonious Monk Institute of Jazz at NEC, together with bassist Ron Carter. And he has served as president of the Rochester Philharmonic Orchestra and the Hochstein School of Music and Dance. Carl retired as professor emeritus from the Rochester Institute of Technology in 2018. On a more personal note, I deeply appreciated Carl's advice during my first year of teaching at NEC, while he was serving as Associate Dean of Advanced Studies. And I've been grateful for his willingness to return to NEC's campus on multiple occasions to celebrate and maintain a connection with the department's history. NEC would be a very different institution today if Carl and Arthur Schuler hadn't connected those many years ago. And I can't think of a more deserving candidate for this degree than Carl Atkins. NEC is grateful for your significant service and leadership. And we are happy to acknowledge your many achievements as a player, composer, arranger, conductor, scholar, and administrator. Madam President, it is my great honor to present Carl Atkins for the honorary degree, Doctor of Music.
Carl Atkins' 50-year career spans not only multiple roles, conductor, administrator, teacher, composer, ethnomusicologist, but also a range of genre. His tenure at NEC, including as the founding chair of the Afro-American Studies and Jazz Department, has left an indelible mark with and beyond the conservatory. It's my honor to present Doctor of Music to you. Thank you.
For a long time, the listeners of the world have admired. For a long time, the listeners of the world have loved Emanuel Ax. Hearing him play Century Rolls, the piano concerto written in 1997 by John Adams for him, first played by Mr. Ax and the Cleveland Orchestra, I was thrilled. As I was thrilled hearing him play Brahms' second piano concerto with the Boston Symphony and Bernard Haitink. When Manny was a perspectives artist at Carnegie Hall, he commissioned 3 pieces that completed the cycle of diverse sonatas planned but not finished by Claude Debussy. New music by Stephen Stuckey, Marc-André Dalbavie, and Kaya Sariaho. Emanuel Ax shows us what a pianist can be. He is deeply involved with classical music. At the same time he commissions new music by Bright Sheng, Thomas Addis, Melinda Wagner, H.K. Gruber, and more and more. His many collaborations with Cantabrigian Yo-Yo Ma, or his recording with Patrick Stewart, show the significance of a pianist's involvement with chamber music, with ensemble, the significance of cooperation and engagement with others. Emanuel Ax has given several master classes at New England Conservatory, one right here in Jordan Hall. I admired and loved him on one occasion as we heard an excellent NEC student playing Robert Schumann's Carnival. After a particularly brilliant passage, Manny leaned over and whispered in my ear, "Wow, I wish I could play like that." This charm and the deep humanity of Emanuel Ax gets at something more. He has adjusted the role of the classical concert pianist for a new century. The overpowering ego we sometimes encouraged in musicians endangered us. And Emanuel Ax proves that something else is possible. In a virtuoso, there can be virtue. In his music making and in his personhood, Emanuel Ax is the evidence. President Kalin, it is my great honor to present Emanuel Ax for the honorary degree Doctor of Music.
A pianist of great depth, Emanuel Ax is a profound musician who moves effortlessly from soloist to chamber music to educator to award-winning recording artist. His repertoire includes numerous pieces written for him. He shares the richness of the instrument with audiences and students alike. It's my honor to present you with the Doctor of Music.
So I am not Hugh Wolf, honestly, obviously. But we have a pre-recorded introduction by Hugh Wolf.
Deborah Borda is a force of nature. I've met many orchestra managers in my 40 years of work as a conductor. 16 of them have been both my boss and colleague. Deborah stands out as the most talented, visionary, and persistent of all. As president and CEO of the New York Philharmonic today and in the 1990s, she has lived and breathed that orchestra. Now she's overseeing the reconstruction of Lincoln Center and guiding the orchestra through the pandemic. Between her stints in New York, she was president of the Los Angeles Philharmonic, where she merely birthed the Frank Gehry-designed Walt Disney Concert Hall, spearheaded the hiring of Gustavo Dudamel as music director, and transformed that orchestra into one of the most innovative in the world. Deborah recently launched the largest ever Women's Composer Initiative, in acknowledgement of the centenary of the passage of the 19th Amendment guaranteeing women the right to vote. 19 women will write music for the New York Philharmonic. Speaking of trailblazing women, Deborah was the first to lead a major US orchestra and has been a catalytic figure for gender equity in the arts and addressing systemic biases in our culture. Deborah grew up in New York and Boston, played in the Greater Boston Youth Symphony Orchestra, attended NEC for a time, and worked for the Handel and Haydn Society and the Marlborough Music Festival before taking management positions at the San Francisco Symphony, St. Paul Chamber Orchestra, and Detroit Symphony. As head of the St. Paul Chamber Orchestra, Deborah created an innovative leadership model, not a single music director, but a trio of artists sharing responsibilities and collaborating on ideas. Together with Christopher Hogwood and the composer John Adams, I was part of that first triumvirate. I remember an early outing with Deborah, a fundraising call with her and John Adams. I was new and a little nervous about how it would proceed. "Don't worry," John said. "We'll get in there and Deborah will do her St. Vitus dance and the money will flow." And indeed it did. Thus the power of a passionate, articulate, and energetic leader. And by the way, she's always a lot of fun to be around. With all that in mind, Madam President, it is my great honor to present Deborah Borda for the honorary degree, Doctor of Music.
Deborah Borda is a creative and visionary leader who has had a uniquely distinguished career in executive orchestral positions, reimagining the orchestra in contemporary American society. Currently chair of the Avery Fisher Artist Program, she is indeed a role model for future generations of leaders. It's a privilege to be the Doctor of Music. Thank you.
Today, it gives me great pleasure to introduce an artist very much after my own heart, performer, improviser, and educator, Woman. Her instrument, the pipa, has a more than 2,000-year-old history in Chinese classical and traditional music. That, in and of itself, provides a vast musical expanse to explore. But beyond that, Woman has accepted no limitations with regard to musical borders. In her skillful hands, the pipa has found a strong voice through newly commissioned works in what we often refer to as Western classical music. Simultaneously, she dives wholeheartedly into new projects surrounding traditional music of China, Central Asia, and far beyond. In fact, if you check out her series entitled Pop-Up Pipa with Woman, you'll find collaborations with Appalachian banjo player Lee Knight, Eduardo Garcia playing the guitarra de son, and Bach for pipa, cello, and dance inspired by Tai Chi, and a whole lot more. I highly recommend it. When we train as artists, we often find ourselves in silos, sometimes intentionally, to win the audition, pass the exam, to get the job. Sometimes simply by habit. We get so used to a regime of practice or the idea of achieving an end goal that we forget to celebrate our process, to explore and be adventurous in our work. The truth is that there is no end goal for the artist. If we are lucky, and if we remember to craft our lives with intention, we will continue growing in our work and our practice for the rest of our lives. As an artist who has spent much of my own life traversing borders, both musical and physical, I am very much inspired by Woman's groundbreaking work, her creativity, initiative, and skill. But I am especially inspired by the joy that she brings to everything she undertakes. It is clear that whether she is performing with the Silk Road Ensemble or introducing students to traditional music for the first time, exploring a newly commissioned work, or diving into the music of her childhood, she wholeheartedly loves the journey that she is on. If I had one wish for all of you graduating today, it would be that you always continue to seek your joy, to take it out into the world with you and embrace the journey that you are on wherever it takes you. I am grateful to Woman for all that she has done and continues to do to broaden the scope of music, regardless of borders, regardless of limitations. Madam President, it is my great honor to present Woman for the honorary degree, Doctor of Music.
Internationally renowned as a pipa virtuoso, Woman has singularly raised awareness of this 2,000-year-old instrument from her home country of China. A founding member of the Silk Road Ensemble, she has premiered hundreds of new works, redefining the role of the pipa in both traditional and contemporary music. It's my honor to award you the honorary degree. Of
course. It's either going to be the earring or the ear itself, right? It's my great honor and privilege to present Mavis Staples for the honorary degree Doctor of Music. For many in my particular demographic, Mavis Staples and the Staples Singers feature prominently in the soundtrack of our youth. As an avid consumer of Top 40 radio back in the day, I always looked forward to the breath of fresh air their music provided, and I loved Mavis's soulful and compelling voice. Her signature vocal style and passionate delivery caused her to gain renown as one of the 20th century's greatest singers, standing shoulder to shoulder with the likes of Bessie Smith, Mahalia Jackson, and NEC honorary doctorate recipient Aretha Franklin. Mavis Staples has inspired generations with her music, steeped in the deepest roots of African American expression of the Mississippi Delta, and carrying its persistent message of elevating the human spirit. Her music is deeply rooted in social history, a powerful expression that speaks easily across cultural boundaries. She marched with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., performed at John F. Kennedy's inauguration, sang in Barack Obama's White House, and has collaborated with artists as diverse as Bob Dylan and Prince. Her music is also a healing force, a positive and joyful vehicle for transcending the pain and confusion of exile, oppression, and injustice. As Bonnie Raitt said in nominating her to be an NEA Heritage Fellow in 2006, her voice to me is a reminder of how music can herald joyful news and bring people together. Now, when soul-affirming art is so desperately needed, I can think of no better time to celebrate Mavis Staples' voice and her ongoing artistic contributions. She has always been, and is to this day, a force of nature whose message has remained strong and unwavering. Madam President, I am delighted to present to you Mavis Staples to receive the honorary degree Doctor of Music.
Unfortunately, Mavis was not able to be with us today, but I'm honored to present this to Karen instead. The citation. Musician, actress, and civil rights activist, Mavis Staples has graced the stage for more than 6 decades with her distinctive voice. She is a national treasure whose impact continues to inspire generations of musicians with her artistry, as well as her commitment to equality. She truly performs from the heart. And now I have the honor to present this year's commencement speaker, Mavis Staples, whose speech will be read by Hankus Netsky.
As many of you probably know, Mavis's brother Purvis passed away just about a week ago, so she was very shaken by that. But she did write a wonderful speech for you to hear today. And you know, having read this speech, I think if the speech had a name, it would be the words of an anthem that I hope someday will be the anthem of this entire country. Lift every voice and sing. Thank you to the New England Conservatory for this amazing and humbling honor. When I was growing up on the south side of Chicago, I was just a little girl that loved to sing. I'd never studied music or was taught what to do, but music was something where I just couldn't help myself. Music made me so happy. It still does today. And it's so exciting to me to see so many young people, like all of you graduates, have that same connection and passion for music. Music is spiritual and powerful. Now, when I started out, I was just a child, 8 years old. My father, Pop Staples, was in a 5-piece all-male vocal group. They would have rehearsals. Sometimes 4 of them would show up for rehearsal. Sometimes 3 of them would show up for rehearsal. And my father got totally fed up. So one night he came home and he grabbed all of us kids, my sisters, Cleety, Yvonne, and my brother Purvis, and he sat us on the living room floor and he taught us, "Will the Circle Be Unbroken?" That next Sunday, we went down to my Aunt Katie's church and we sang that song, and the crowd loved it. They loved it so much that they cheered us back out and asked us to sing another one. So we sang "Will the Circle Be Unbroken" again. And they called us back out one more time, and we sang "Will the Circle Be Unbroken" a 3rd time. It was the only song we knew all the way through. So my father said, "These people like us. I think we've got to go home and learn some more songs." But that experience sent me off on my journey and my career with music, and it's one that I wouldn't change for the world. We were a gospel group, and we toured all through the South. Now this was the Jim Crow South, which, well, I have some stories. But Pops had always taught us, don't start nothing, but don't take nothing either. Now, as we're out touring around singing our gospel music, we started to hear protest songs. Songs like Dylan's "Blowin' in the Wind," and those songs stuck with us. They hit home because of what we were seeing on our tours. How many roads must a man walk down before you can call him a man? One day, Pops went to go see Martin Luther King speak. He came home that night and he told all of us, "I really like this man's message. And if he can preach it, we can sing it." And that started our journey singing message songs. Songs that we used to try and make a difference in the world. So we wrote songs like "It's a Long Walk to D.C." and Dr. King's favorite, "Why Am I Treated So Bad?" We would be at rallies with Dr. King, and he would turn to my father and he'd say, "Stape, you're going to sing my song, right?" And Pops would reply, "Oh yeah, doctor, we're going to sing your song." Dr. King loved that song, so we ended up performing all around with Dr. King. Now, at this time in the South, we couldn't go into certain bathrooms. We couldn't go into certain restaurants. We couldn't stay in certain hotels. That was the Jim Crow South. But by using the voice that we had, by singing, by using music, we were able to help implement real change in the world. Music became an essential part of the movement for change. Now, as the past couple years have really brought to light, even though there have been some big changes, we're obviously not where we need to be. But you, this young generation, can change that. You can use your voice and your music to make that change. So as I sit here today in front of all you young people, I just want to tell you, when we started singing our message songs, I was just in my 20s, probably just like you. So remember that music is powerful. Your voice is powerful. And if you put the two together, you can change the world, and I hope you do. Thank you so much for this honorary doctorate. From the bottom of my heart, I am so honored and grateful to be receiving this. Thank you so much.
I am honored to present Woman, our guest performer today, who is going to play a traditional piece entitled White Snow in Spring. And she told me how to say it in Chinese, so I'm going to try Yang Chang Bai Shui.
Well, that was a first for me to see a performance at graduation in Jordan Hall, and wow, impressive. Thank you so much, Uman. The George Whitefield Chadwick Medal is awarded each year to the graduating bachelor's degree student whose record of achievement has been distinguished by superior accomplishment in the candidate's major field, supplementary studies, extracurricular activities, and citizenship. As approved by Faculty Council, I am very pleased to announce the recipient of the 2020 Chadwick Medal, who is here today, is percussionist Alex Gardy. Alex, congratulations. I'm also very honored to announce the recipient of the 2021 Chadwick Medal is CI student Matthew Schifrin. Madam President, I have the honor to present those Bachelor of Music students from 2020 and 2021 who have fulfilled all requirements, have been recommended by Faculty Council, and are entitled to receive the Bachelor of Music degree of New England Conservatory of Music.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you, as your name shall be called, the degree Bachelor of Music of New England Conservatory of Music, and declare that you are entitled to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
And again, when your names are called, please stand to be recognized. Tom Abbott. Samuel John Andonian. Andrew Christopher Barnwell. Jesse Alexander Beckett Herbert. Oh, I should have mentioned these are all 2020 graduates first. Andrew Stephen Bedard. Allison Bennett. Jensen Gabriel Boko. Tyler Bonilla. Emma Catherine Burge. Cassandra Giovanna Cavalieri. Anne Finelli. Moti Fang Bontav. Alexander Benjamin Gardy. Olivia Ann Green. Yoonju Ha. Matthew Alexander Henson. Grant Houston. Ye Huang. Megan Marie Hull. Juliet Lee Kaoji. Emily Eugen Lee. Judy Lee. Ariel Mo. Suni Norman. Michael Thomas Sabin. Kavana Cherise Shuford. Tracy Tang. Tanya Valrani. Yenchen Angela Wang. Lokang Wang. Xiaofan Zhang. And from the class of 2021, Zhenghyang An. Yuri An. Kazumo Asai. Leonardo Jaffe Miziuk Barbosa. Marina Taylor Beeson. Jillian Elizabeth Bobnak. Tyler Justice Boak. Robert Minhua Bui. Luke Burrell. Daniel Setlin. Tiffany Chang. Lily Chien. Younghyun Choi. Eileen Chung. Lena Chung. Gavin Terrence Connolly. Colleen Hernandez. Marissa Pearl Feeland. Jonathan M. Fornoff. Samantha Ashley Fox. Aiden Thomas Garrison. Jiawen Guan. Milla Geldfeld Magnuson. Yuntong Han. Gabrielle Shu. Andrew Hughes. Jakyung He. Allison Jung-ah Kim. Claire Do-kyung Kim. Sung-yun Kim. Jonathan Lawler. Minji Lee. Subin Lee. Eugene Lee. Da-young Lim. Naledi Thutumasilo. Benjamin Albert Maxwell. Elias Daniel Medina. Jian Muk. Sarah Elizabeth Nolte. Parker Olson. Sebastian Matthias Ortega von Einem. Evren Ozel. Hanul Park. Jimin Park. Sori Park. Lila Wildy Quillen. Theodore Robinson. Matthew Schifrin. Tani Wang. The Gunther Schuler Medal is awarded to a graduate degree or diploma candidate who has made extraordinary contributions to the life of the conservatory. As approved by Faculty Council, it is my pleasure to announce that the recipient of the 2020 Schuler Medal, who is here, is jazz composer and singer Esther Wisnerova. Congratulations, Esther. The recipient of the 2021 Schuler Medal is CI student Delphina Cheb-Tarab. Madam President, I have the honor to present those graduate diploma students from 2020 and 2021 who have fulfilled all requirements, have been recommended by Faculty Council, and are entitled to receive the Graduate Diploma of New England Conservatory of Music.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you, as your name shall be called, the Graduate Diploma of New England Conservatory of Music, and declare that you are entitled to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. From the class of 2020, Maria Curley Bozich. Ji Ge. David Augusto Rivera Bozon. And from the class of 2021, Min-Chae Kim. Jiyoung Lee. Madam President, I have the honor to present those Master of Music students from 2020 and 2021 who have fulfilled all requirements, have been recommended by Faculty Council, and are entitled to receive the Master of Music degree of New England Conservatory of Music. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you, as your name shall be called, the Master of Music degree of New England Conservatory of Music, and declare that you are entitled to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
From the class of 2020, Soren V. Ostenfeld. Larissa Coyle Bainton. Cara Lee Bender. Megan Lacey Dillon. Dayon Drisdom. Laura Egied. Henry Ronald Godfrey. Sarah Margaret Haynes. Zachary Michael Hicks. Matthew Ian Kelly. Jiyoung Kim. Nicholas Patrick Leonard. Celeste Lenore Pellegrino. Eli S. Ross. Hannah Jordan Shanefield. Allison Kelsey Stibbards. Juan Sebastian Suarez. Nicholas Philip Suchecki. Erickson Sunwood. Esther Yan Tien. Xiaoyu Cynthia Seng. Jameson Patrick Wells. Esther Wisnerova. And from the class of 2021, Caleb J. Abner. Alexis Aguilar. Samir Apta. Yasmin Barajas Trujillo. Stephanie Tinor Borgani. Kelly Bray. Ian Paul Buss. Jason Butler. Zoe Monet Kizzy Kagan. Andres Luke Camarillo. Ten Cao. Delphina Ched Tarab. Xiaoyuan Chen. Lapang Chen. Hannah Cope Johnson. Lucas Ludwig Cora. Isabel Crespo Pardo. Farzine Degan Manshadi. Jessica Lu Ding. Claudia Domin Ramos. Nicholas J. Duffin. Isabel Dernberger. Moshe Elmakias. Liu Kong Pamela Fung. Leonard Fu. Yizhuan Han. Kylie Hansen. Yiliang Zhang. Michaela Kelly. Michael Kiesling. Junghung Kim. Sally Junghung Kim. Ashwin Krishna. L. Anthony Leon. Shalun Lee. Julie Ma. Gabriela Martina Herrer. Avarin Siddhant Nazariju. Theodora Ivanova Nestorova. Joseph Gerard Nizich. Victoria Pan. Massimo Paparello. Hyojin Jamie Park. Morgan Bailey Pope. Hannah Lynn Price. Kyle Cooper Quarles. Jessica Richmond. Zabrio Rivers. Joseph Philip Rosen. Yekaterina Saragina. Jenny E. Siegel. Caleb Alexander Smith. Robin Lindsay Smith. Samantha Spear. Elizabeth Stant. Logan Asbury Trotter. Raji Venkat. Kurt Hart Vetterlein. Riley J. Vogel. Pritesh Walia. Luther Warren. Kate A. Wood. Christopher William Warden. Elizabeth Ling Yongwang. Mingyan Sally Yu. Wen Zhang. Madam President, I have the honor to present those Doctor of Music students from 2020 and 2021 who have fulfilled all requirements, have been recommended by Faculty Council, and are entitled to receive the Doctor of Musical Arts degree of New England Conservatory of Music.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you, as your name is called, the degree Doctor of Musical Arts of New England Conservatory of Music, and declare that you are entitled to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
From the class of 2020, Joseph Copeland. Joel Stephen Linscheid. And from the class of 2021, Lavelle Blackwell. Peter Yonatan. Bina Kim. Carlo Manuel B. Serrano.
And now we are going to honor students who are not able to attend today's ceremony in person, but who submitted photos and comments in celebration of their graduation. And I just want to congratulate all of our students who studied remotely and remain remote today. Congratulations to you all, as well as to everybody here. I'll have the slideshow. And now, will the seniors of the undergraduate classes of 2020 and 2021 please rise? I invite you to turn your tassels to the left. Congratulations. And now, would all of the graduating students please rise? All of the graduating students there. Please join me, everyone, in a hearty round of applause for our newest graduates, both here in Boston and around the globe. Congratulations to you all. Congratulations. Thank you to all. You may sit down, it's fine. Congratulations to you all. Thank you for joining our ceremony today, whether you're doing it digitally or whether you're here in Jordan Hall. We're just so delighted that, we're so delighted you're here, in whatever form, and congratulations again. And for those of you who are in the hall, I would just ask you to remain seated until our platform party has left the stage, please. Congratulations, graduates.